Cyprus football, the passion, the thrill. The passion, the thrill. The stadiums roar, you can feel the chill. You can feel the chill. The teams are ready, the battles will start. The battles will start with dreams of glory, they'll play with heart.
Kalimera, Kalispera, whatever time you're watching. This is Mappa. We're back again. Second show of the week, if I'm not mistaken. Thassos, what's going on, bro?
Oh man, between the two shows, people following me on Twitter, they'll know that I had Christmas on the 7th of January, and
You
look
did?
what I got.
Very nice.
Oh yes,
Very, very nice.
Oh yes, look at that. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it, guys? Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I got it in large because I'm not getting a tight fitting thing, man. I got it a bit baggy on me. Nobody wants to see no moobs, so yeah.
That's why
But
we're
yeah,
hoodies
it's
all the
there,
time.
and it feels nice, huh? It feels nice.
Good. Excellent. And you're wearing it with pride today, following the news of our new head coach announcement.
Yeah, let's say that. Yeah. Always pride.
Yeah, loads. Very proud of that decision. But anyway, we're going to discuss that later on. I think there's only one place to start, and that's the game reviews. Match day 17.
Let's do it. Match day 17.
Let's go. Oh, what's happening here? Right. So, oh my God. Omonia Aradipu beats Paralymni by 2 goals to 0. Havelka giving Omonia the lead before 3 red cards for Paralymni. Adebayo Adeleye, the goalkeeper, was sent off for what could only be called a professional foul. Hugenhout then was sent off for celebrating a disallowed Paralymni goal. It was his second yellow card. Apparently, he was antagonizing the supporters. And then Kreinz received the 3rd red card. I think it's the 3rd time they've received 2 red cards this season. Is it the second time? Second time?
Second
this
time
is a
that
goal
they've
that's
had-
disallowed anyway.
Yeah. It's the second time I think they've had multiple red cards. Yeah, there was that one game that we got Prosper Mendy doing the whole having the whole thing on the side there. But
there you go.
I mean, Kranz deserved to. I think Kranz deserved it there because he stamped on the guy during the build-up to that Paralymni goal that got chalked off. So I don't think you can argue against it. But yeah.
No. But Gutsako made it 2-0, 12 minutes into added time.
Yep.
And a victory that Omonia Aradipu desperately wanted. They moved 4 points ahead of Paralymni, so happy days for them, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, the whole game for Paralymni was basically a street fight. I think somebody I think it was Mario was saying that Paralymni basically showed up that they were in it for a fight. There was no other reason that they were there. But
it was literally a relegation dogfight, wasn't it? That is the epitome.
Yeah, pretty much. But there's. I will point out something that I noticed on the team sheets is that Omonia Aradipu didn't field a full subs bench. They only fielded 8 subs.
Well, they got rid of 3 players last week.
And 2 of them were goalies. They got rid of 5 players altogether.
Oh, 5.
Yeah. So there's some strange goings on at Omonia Aradipu at the moment. Some financial issues, I think, are being pushed forward. But they got the result anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, on Paralymni's side, they announced another signing. Another one. So we've got Georgian forward Zurab Museliani.
There is a gap between Zurab and Museliani. This is just how Paralymni did the social media post. They didn't put a space. So his name is Zurab Museliani, all in one. Zurab Museliani.
Yeah, so I'm sure Luca Georgian Footy will appreciate that. But so 25-year-old forward spent some time in the lower leagues in Georgia before he moved to Gyeongnam FC in South Korea. Not Gangnam, Gyeongnam. Yeah, no Gangnam style here.
Nope,
he moved to Velez Mostar in the summer, which the Paralimni have gone for a lot of players in that league, and there's 2 players from Mostar. So there's this guy. There's also the Souza, I think was the other one.
Yep.
That they got
Brazilian
from
midfielder,
from the same team. So stats: 47 goals and 9 assists in 171 games. So he scores goals.
Well, look, do you know what? We were talking about the game, and you said that Paralimni win it for a fight. Doesn't he look like a Mexican cartel, member? You'd think they're like, hey, you come over here, man. You fucking cockroach.
In my country, we kill for money. You are my friend. I kill you for free.
He's gonna be driving around Paralimni in a lowrider, mate. Like a Snoop Dogg video, he's just bouncing, rolling down the street, smoking and sipping on. Yeah, you could tell. Look at him. Look at him. Don't fuck about with that guy, I tell you.
No. Do not make fun of that guy too much.
God, can you imagine him and Melado in a fight? Cholos everywhere, man. Cholos everywhere. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
Anything else?
No, that's it. That's it for me.
Okay, fine. Okay, great. Happy days. We did that. We did very well with that. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the speed we did this in. So yes, okay, let's move on. Let's move on to another game where 2 teams are at the bottom. Garmiodisa traveled to Omonia Gosenia and beat them by 2-1. Boris Smiljanic giving Garmiodisa the lead before Jeremy Bella scored from the spot in the 82nd minute following a handball, but Smiljanic grabbed the winner in the 92nd minute. Thassos, good result for Garmiodis, and finally Gatpozi, the watermelon man, gets the points. Yeah.
I mean, he gets, I said he was going to be the next on the chopping block, but he seems to have proven me wrong ever since I said something. They've kind of players have picked up the form. So obviously it's all because of me. I've got to say something about Kevin Broll in this game. Both the Garmiodisa goals, the ball travels underneath him as he's diving down. It's very poor goalkeeping for both the goals. It's going to be very.
He didn't get angry and turn into the Incredible Hulk like he did against Ael, though.
No, because he was the one at fault for those 2 goals.
Yeah,
so can't really start on anyone else. But Garmiodisa were the better team. They had more chances. They had the more clear-cut chances. Pozzo hit the post as well. It was quite an acute angle, but he hit the post anyway, and that was after Jordan Nikoko. Remember him? He started his first game for 2-1 Too Furious. Gave the ball away, and Garmiodisa went on the counter-attack that finished with Pozzo hitting the post. Now, there's a signing for each team that happened between Sunday and today. So Garmiodisa signed Argyris Gambetsis. There he is, 25-year-old forward, released by Hungarian club Diósgyőr a couple of days ago. Before being in Hungary, he was at Panathinaikos, Willem II.
Willem II.
What?
Willem II.
No, 2.
Willem II. Yeah, Willem II. That's
Twee.
Yeah.
Twee. All right. Okay. Yeah, it's 2 in Dutch. I got you. And the Borussia Dortmund reserves. He was his youth career was at AEK Athens and Olympiacos, the good one. He's played 125 games with 7 goals and 6 assists. Not as much of a goal scorer, this one. He's got 44 appearances in the Super League in Greece with 5 goals and a couple of games in the Conference League qualifying rounds. So he's got European pedigree in him as well. Now,
and he's got European pedigree eyebrows.
Yeah, those
proper threading there. Proper threading.
Yeah,
you can tell he queued up to get those done.
None of this business.
No.
But yes, so fresh out the oven, Two Omonia, Two Furious announced this one 3 hours ago.
Oh,
Carlos Moros joins from Dageforce in Sweden.
Okay.
Guys, also it says Spanish central defender who's played for Mjällby, HJK, Lodz, Sundsvall, Temple Owls in the US, and Djurgårdens.
your gardens.
Not Jew Gardens.
Your gardens.
Yeah, Djurgårdens. But there's
Your
it's
gardens.
DJ at the beginning
We don't. Yeah, it's a silent D.
and a silent get silent J.
Silent get.
So Year Gardens. There you go.
Well, if you want to stay on the Hispanic theme, you can call them gardens.
Year Gardens. Yeah.
Gardens.
Yeah. There you go. So anyway, that's that guy, Carlos Moros.
Carlos Moros. Well, good luck, Carlos.
Yes.
Spanish, you say, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Lovely. All right. Next game.
Next game.
Happy. Next game. Oh, blimey. Ethnigor held AEK to a 2-2 draw. Pablo Gonzalez giving them the lead before Aitor grabbed an equalizer for AEK. Enzo Cabrera made it 2-1 before the break and kind of refused to celebrate. Almost. Before Bonetto scored from the spot. But this game, shrouded in controversy, Thassos, shrouded in controversy. And AEK had a few things to say post-match. And even today, this is going to be fun. So let's talk about this game, let's get this over and done with, because I think Ethnigor it was a penalty. I think they deserved the draw. Granted, AEK had chances, but let's get it right. Ethnigor had their fair share of opportunities as well, and it's a point that they richly deserve. And David Badia, big man Badia, is on stuff.
And again, 4 goals in an Achna game. It's their philosophy seems to be, okay, we're going to let a load in. Let's try and score more. Let in. That seems to be what they're going for.
Yep.
But yeah, it's but yeah, from the highlights, it looked like a pen. And should we talk about the thing that the referee Flouri missed during the game?
Right, we should, but I think we need to give Ethnigor their flowers.
Oh yes,
we do this all the time. Don't get me wrong. Like, this isn't an Ethnigor loving podcast, but I just think, given the circumstances, given the fact that this is a club that not many people thought would actually do anything, they are within 3 points of the top 6.
Because there's receipts, I said they were going to get relegated this season.
Okay.
So I'm very wrong about that, obviously.
Well, so far.
Yeah.
But I've just been really impressed by him, and it's not just the football. It's, look, you could tell they're a bit of they're a bit of a fiery team. You know, they're not afraid to get stuck in, but they work, and every player knows their role.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost as well, if Anderegen isn't scoring, Bonetto's going to score, Gonzalez is going to score. The defense is pretty decent. All right, they've dropped a few bollocks this season. I thought their goalkeeper was pretty shit, to be honest. But then against Omonia, and since then, he's been absolutely blinding. Mm-hmm. But you got to credit the coach as well, man. Like, obviously, we've got our bias here with David. But the fact is, this is a guy that I think he feels kind of vindicated now. You know, he was at AEK. They didn't really give him many opportunities. They sacked him before the end of the season. Mm-hmm. He left, and again, didn't do much in Poland purely because of the financial constraints at Gdansk. And now he's come back to Cyprus, and it's almost as if, well, I'm going to show you what I can do. And
he's picked up where he left off, because he had Achna performing very well for him.
Yep.
First time around as well. So you know, he's being vindicated at the moment, and let's see. So far, it seems to be going very, very well for him.
Yeah. Look at this one. Stel, the ethnic Uruk Orcs gave it Sorry, did it
Did it?
again. They spread terror and fear on the team of the West. Ethnic orcs. Lovely.
Yes.
Let me know. Right. Moving over to Ike.
Yep.
So they released a statement. Do you want to mention? Do you want to talk about that? Because I've got the video.
Hold on, let me see, because I've got that bit. Where have I got it in my notes? Oh yeah. I broke it down very briefly, the
Yeah.
statement that they put out. But in essence, the statement that they put out was regarding the referee performance. Not just the referee performance, because there was some stuff that he missed out on that VAR should have caught, and they didn't. So they started off by saying, we don't normally make official comments about referees' performances normally because it's unseemly. However, here's a list of things that we did not like about the game versus Ethnicos. They called the penalty a weird situation, which I don't see what's weird about it. It's a penalty. There's not much going on there.
When you step on your opponent's foot, I mean,
yeah,
more often than not, it's a penalty, right?
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, the other thing that they complained about was Deriondo's shithouse performance. He kept putting all these niggly fouls in. They were like, how many fouls did he have to give before the referee would give him a yellow card? But Deriondo as well is the kind of player who will do that. I think I said last season when Achna signed him originally last season, he's a very good bet to have for getting a yellow card. Him and Baharado at Nel Salamina and Tejera Abuel. And lastly, why did no one pick up Richard Ofori doing some stuff?
Well, it's in the video, so we can put that in. Oh, actually, do you know what? No, sorry, here we go.
There it is.
Now, see, this is the thing, right?
Mm.
I'll be honest with you. He's not. I don't think he's sticking up a middle finger.
What, you think it's an index finger?
No, I don't know, man. I think the way that it looks to me, like, again, you're probably thinking that I'm mad, but I think he's actually doing that too, but he's done that instead. I don't think he's
What, like
done
there's
that.
been 2 goals?
No, like two fouls or something, because that was when he picked up a yellow card.
Yeah.
And then I think he's done that, as is to say that was only my second foul. I think that's
Yeah.
what it is. But it looks like he's doing the middle finger.
Right.
It
Okay.
does.
Right.
It does.
Okay.
But shall I show the video that Ike produced?
Yeah, please
with,
do.
With all the refereeing decisions?
Oh, they did a Garmiodissa thing as well, did
Yeah.
they? Okay.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right.
Let's take a look. Wrong referee decisions.
Of course.
Potentially wrongly disallowed offside goal. VAR
Yeah.
camera position.
So
what they're saying is it's not no, I go back. So they're saying it's potentially a wrongly disallowed goal. Potentially.
How?
Well, this is what they're saying. That's how they pushing with hands outside the area. No foul given. I need to see that again, to be honest. I didn't. Yeah. Dangerous foul, no yellow card. Let's have a look. All right, it was late. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. That needs a card.
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah.
Foul, yellow card, no. Oh yeah, that's a foul. Dangerous foul, no yellow card given. Come on. Nah, I don't think that's even a foul, to be honest. I just think he's used his body.
Yeah, and then Berg gets a yellow card for it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No.
There's anything wrong with that at all.
No.
What's this one? Dangerous foul, no red or yellow given. No VAR intervention. Well, thanks to the adverts, we can't really tell what's going on there.
Yeah. You know, you gotta love see that vision.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a red.
Yeah,
That's a red.
this is not Garimodisa level stuff,
Yeah.
right? And this is the
Disrespectful finger. Disrespectful finger gesture.
no, that's he's doing. Yeah, it's with his
Is
index
it?
finger.
Yeah, but did he do it to the referee though, or did he do it to? I don't know.
This was a penalty.
Penalty given. There was
This
no
was
penalty.
this was a penalty.
Well, given. There was no
This was a
penalty.
penalty.
He stepped on him.
Go on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
there you go. There's two players tripping him up. How is that not a penalty?
Malaga, it's a penalty.
He's showing it's a penalty.
Penalty given. There was no penalty. There was a penalty.
No, a couple of the decisions, like I said, a couple of I don't think I said it here, but I said it on Twitter. A couple of those decisions where wrong. I can't think of a more they were wrong. But
There was no foul.
but that penalty was a penalty. You can't argue about it. Now,
I just love
looking,
it. The caption. There was no foul.
but the
Yes,
yeah,
there was.
there was a foul. But so the offside, it's offside. You can see it. You can actually see the difference between the two lines. It's not like the complaint that I normally have.
Potentially
Where,
wrong offside.
it's not like the complaint that I normally do, where one of the lines is green and you can't see it, and then the two lines
Yeah.
are like this and or like this, and you can barely see the difference between the two. The authority thing, I don't think it is two. He's doing that. He's going like it was one. I did one. That's what he was doing. But either way, yeah, you're right. He's not giving the finger. He's not flipping the bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
due to Ajax grievances against the referee, they decided not to show up to the event tonight, the famous cutting the Vasilopita ceremony that they do every January. But again, this is something we're going to discuss later on.
yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
And Salamina held Abuel to a draw. Thassos. What is going on, my friend? What is going on? Victor Fernandez giving Salamina the lead before El Arabi leveling from the spot. The referee gave, I believe, 10 minutes of added time at the end of the game as well. But Thassos, you were not happy. You weren't a happy bunny at full time, were you, my friend?
I was not. So the same complaint that I had on Sunday. The tactics were spaff it out on the wing and just lump it into the box after that. Somebody just launch it into the box. El Arabi or Drazic will get their head to it. That's the tactic we seem to be employing at the moment against teams we should be playing off the park. Not to be disrespectful to now Salamina and Garmodissa, but we should be playing these two teams off the park. Now, tactics are worrying me. Team selection is also baffling me. It's like this persistence on Chibak, on Petrovic, playing Pissy, I was calling him in the WhatsApp messages, no. El Arabi played 178 minutes of football in 4 days, and he's 37 years old. He scored 3 goals in that time, so that's granted, but all of his goals have come from the 80th minute or later. So it's as if he's only played 10 minutes of football in each of those 2 games, because guess what? That's all he did. But my big complaint is Chibak and Petrovic. Those two should not be playing anywhere near a central defense in a top league in any country, right? Petrovic, every time I see Petrovic run, it's like he's running through treacle. He's got them long, gangly legs and arms, and he's just and the slowest of slow people are sprinting past him. Chebak has got no idea what's going on around him, which is why he keeps giving away fouls. He keeps falling over all the time, and leaves. He left Victor Fernandez completely unmarked until right at the end, where he tried to jump in front of him to be like, "Oh, he fouled me! Free kick!" Belech has been very disappointing in goal as well. And oh God, Quintia has been terrible. There's all these young players that aren't getting a look in. Cipriano is apparently going to be sold. Direct replacement for Petrovic. Is exactly the same kind of player. Tall, strong, like will knock a few blocks off, but he's got pace as well. That's the difference between the two. Lautaro Gano and Victor Mia, both left backs, doing absolutely nothing on the bench. He puts Mayer on and sticks him out on the wing where he can't run out the defence centrally because he's put him out on the wing. Instead, he plays Pizzi, who, instead of being the playmaker you want him to be, he steals the ball off his own players and then takes pot shots from 30 yards that go flying over the barrier at the epistrophe, because they don't have a stand on that side of the stadium, just firing them into people's flats. Balls going into people's flats because of how shit he is at scoring. But yeah, the form Abuel are in was the form they were in when Dominguez was there, right? Dominguez had 1.67 points per game in the league. Jimenez has 1.73, right? Yeah, Dominguez gets launched out of a window before he could do anything with this team, whereas Jimenez has been given free rein to sign the players that he wants and do whatever he wants to this team. Yoga bonito, my ass. Anyway, my guy Durmishai is the guy who put the cross in for Salah Amina's goal.
Yeah, he's the one that conceded the penalty.
But he was also the one that conceded the penalty against Chebak, which I keep saying, if Chebak is so good doing forward runs and getting into the box, why isn't he playing fucking up front? Because he can't do shit all in defence. Anyway, I did my no chuffed thing for our boy there, and I got it out.
Look on the bright side. You're only 5 points behind AEK. You're only 5 points away from third place.
Who gives a shit about third place, man?
Well, there's only 2 teams champions for the title at the moment, so
it's first. You either go for first or you go for nothing when you're up there.
Well, I don't know.
Especially with stuff that's coming down the pipeline, which we'll talk about later.
Yep, I'm not going to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So let's quickly talk about now Salamina.
Yes.
Because Janevski wasn't on the bench for the Arbor game. It was, what's his name? Hector Gonzalez. Yeah, he was on the bench. And it was the Salamina press officers that morning that said, we haven't made an official statement about Janevski, but we'll let you guys know what happens. But Hector Gonzalez is going to take the team tonight. So he practically confirmed Janevski's departure on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like a great surprise to anyone, really, because it was on the cards. So now, Thassos, do you know what that means?
Bursa Ball 3.0.
No.
No.
Not yet.
Oh, shit. No. There's the song.
Boys and girls, if you ever want to arrange a surprise party, don't let him fucking do it. He's useless. Chocolate teapot, this guy is.
Here we go again.
It's another day, another manager is out, he couldn't stay. The ink's still wet on that brand new deal, but in Cyprus change is all too real. Oh, another manager is out. It's no surprise we scream and shout. Last season, 18, the year before was more. In this revolving door, who's keeping score?
The answer is we are. We are keeping score. Managerial casualty number 12 of the season.
Yep.
Happy days for some, I guess, when they get
Yeah.
paid out eventually.
Mm. Yes, pretty much. So, yeah, Janevski only took over in October. So the ink, as the song says, hasn't dried yet. But yes, he had 12 games in charge, but he'd only won 2 and drawn 2. But there's not a lot Janevski could have done. You could argue poor recruitment, injuries, quite important injuries to important players, didn't make his job any easier. Also, the kind of tactics he plays as well didn't really gel with the team. I don't think I'd already mentioned. He likes wingers. He likes out and out wingers, whereas the players on the wing for Salamina are more inside forwards. So that's where you would have Narsing and Fernandez kind of coming into the box more rather than staying out on the wing, as proven by Fernandez scoring the goal against Abuel as well. So yeah. I just think it's just a poor fit. They recruited for a certain tactic, and they ended up bringing a coach in who works to a different way of looking at things.
Yes, and who's the new coach?
So here's a surprise. Bursa Ball 3.0
Yes.
for Nea Salamina.
Yes.
There he is. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, it only took him a couple of hours to announce between announcing Janevski leaving and Savas Bursaididis coming in for the third time.
There we go.
However, I think he's got a bit more of a job on him than the last 2 times. So, the last 2 times, he got a team that was either just promoted or got them promoted, and then got them moving up levels. Whereas this time, he's got a team that's in a relegation dogfight, not performing well. And
In one player that's addicted to piss.
One player that's addicted to piss. Yes. But
Can you imagine Bursa Ball with the dick to piss?
Yep. Yes. You got a ball, a dick. You've got Durmishai doing his whole.
Oh mate, honestly, this is just OnlyFans standard.
Yeah. That's how really. They're going for it, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a niche that they're going for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. I mean, I don't think there's a word that can connect the word. Sorry, I don't think there's a word that can connect Salamina to brothel. There's got to be something there. There's got to be something there.
Let me think on it. I might have to WhatsApp you like
the Salah sex shop.
Oh God.
Anyway.
God.
Anyway, so that's it for that, right?
Yeah.
That's it for that. Let's go to the next one. Right. Excuse me. Anrothasi beats Omonia by 2-0. A much-deserved victory, as far as I'm concerned. Gamoranesi set his team up with a very, very aggressive system. They all worked hard. They worked as a team. And they fully deserve the 3 points, in my humble opinion. as an Omonia fan, as much as I don't like to admit it. We were beaten by the better team on the day. And I think the impressive thing for me, Thassos, is when you look at Anorthos's lineup for this particular game, when you see Lopez on the bench, you're thinking centre forward, who's going to grab the goals? Well, Evagora Haralambu. This lad, we've been told about him at his at academy level that he's got a lot of potential. The first goal, he scored it, and it was an absolute banger. The way he adjusted his body, and then Rogulic made the most of a defensive error. I would like to know your thoughts on this one because I can go on all day, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to say something afterwards, but I'll let you say what you need to say. I'll just end it at this for this particular segment. Sorry. As I said before, Camoranesi got his tactics absolutely spot on. Defensively, they were brilliant. They worked as a team. They were tenacious. At times, there were 3 men on one. They wanted that ball. They were winning first balls. They were winning second balls. They were winning third balls. And to be honest, you can say Omonia were wasteful, but at the end of the day, it was just a reverse of the Ajax game. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
That's pretty much what I was going to say, is that basically all the hard work and all the praise that was probably showered to the team after the win against Ajax basically went out the window for this game. But yeah, Haralambu's that finish from him, fantastic finish. But yeah, that Rogulic goal is an absolute disaster from top to bottom defensively for Omonia. I like the way the ball was given away by, I think it was Dionku who gave the ball away, and then kind of as you see him track and you see Dionku try and track back, he's almost walking back to position, where as you know, all the Anorthosis players are attacking with pace and kind of just overloading the box, and he's kind of just sauntering in, and Zoho should be doing better with the shot as well. But yeah, Omonia kind of to start off with were on the front foot, but as the game went on, Anorthosis got more and more confident, and then obviously with the goals, they just in the end they were kind of walking it. There was nothing from Omonia towards the end of the game. There was nothing coming from that team. It was like the game against Ajax never happened. They look like the team that's going through the difficulties that Anorthosis are going through at the moment. And yeah, it's baffling, I think. Yeah, that would be the word to describe it. Baffling, the performance.
Yeah.
But
do you know, mate? Again, we could talk about Omonia and how bad we were because we were dreadful. But I'll be honest with you. Again, I don't want to take the gloss off Anorthosis. Now, I'm not glazing them in any way, shape, or form. But going back to the youngster that scored the goal, this is a lad that was at Granada for a year in their under-19s, and Anorthosis have got a very, very good youth system, a very good youth setup, and we're finally seeing some players. Obviously, we've got the lad that's gone to Torino, Giulio. I think Sidea's injured at the moment, but he's got a hell of a lot of potential. But again, it goes back to when Oka first took charge. They were down to their bare bones, and they're having to bring players. I think what's his name, Vesko Mihailovic, was in charge. I think might still be at the academy, if I'm not mistaken.
The one looking after the academy still,
But you look at that performance, and you see Conceição at right wing back, and you see Kiko at left wing back. They got 3 central defenders, and they were all working in tandem. They were playing a high line. They were in line as well. They were playing the offside trap. They got it down to a T. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to say this now. I think Barudi is one of the most underrated players in the league. The amount of work rate this lad has on him, and he's quick, he's intelligent, cracking player.
We've said that a lot. The only problem that he has is he's very injury prone. He gets a lot of injuries, and I think that hampers him. Yeah,
for sure. And don't forget, Artimata was out, and Krikoviak went off with an injury.
Yep. Yeah, Krikoviak, I think, is out for a month.
Yeah.
Our mate Anrothos' talker posted about it on Twitter. He said that he was out for a month. So very disappointed for them, especially since he actually started playing properly for them.
Yeah. I mean, George says he's out for a month, didn't get a free kick. Kiko had 2 assists, and Kiko was a player that Omonia felt wasn't good enough. Well, I think he's better than the left back that they got at the moment. George says Omonia, from the coach to the players, thought they could just turn up and piss all over us. Yeah, that's exactly it, George. That is what I said on No Choftes. I think Omonia were very arrogant going into this game. And to be fair, if Semedo was Semedo of last season, in the first minute, he'd have put his chance away instead of squaring it. And I think there are quite a few Omonia players now that are either resting on their laurels or they feel that they're undroppable. So it's going to be a big month. And from what I've heard, no transfers are going to be made by the club, from what I've been told. So there you go. Problems.
Yep.
Anyway,
there's another comment there.
This one here?
Yes. So for me, Gagulis is if you get him motivated, like he's a confidence player. Like when things are going well for him, they go very, very, very well. But once he drops a clanger like that miss from the Semedo, the pass from Semedo and the miss, I think that's going to dent his confidence, and I think we're not going to see Gaguli do much for the next 2-3 games based off of that until we see him come back again.
I'm not going to lie. I think he half expected Semedo to shoot, and he didn't expect it.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. But you got to put it away. You got to put it away.
You got to put it away, and that's kind of what happened to him last season as well. At the beginning of last season, he was on fire, and then he had a game where he missed 2 or 3 good chances, and then after that, just the goals dried up for him. So don't want to see that for him, because obviously he's very good. He's a very good player that can be used by the national team. But I can see that miss kind of playing on his mind a little bit, which is going to be a shame.
I've been watching this lad for about 4 or 5 years now, and the one thing I will say is, as a team player, he gives you everything. The work rate is there. He does what a hold-up striker would do minus the hold-up play, if that makes sense. He'll run off the ball. He'll create space. He's blessed with so much speed, and I just hope that his hammy doesn't go, because if that happens, then he's going to be in deep shit. But Gaguli is an instinctive striker. You give him time to think, he fluffs his lines. Give him a split second, and 9 times out of 10, that ball goes in the back of the net. Look at all the goals that he scored this season. One against Karmiodisa from 25 yards. He received the ball, took a touch, and smashed it. The goals against Ajax, the second one especially. Split second to think. Split second to think. But then in other games, when he misses sitters, you're thinking he's had all the time in the world to think, and it's almost as if he always overthinks things. And you can't do that as a centre forward. That's why he's not prolific. Not because he's a bad striker. Because he just, when he gets that ball, when a 1v1 situation, when he's 1v1, I say to myself, he's never going to score, because he's got time to think. But you put that ball in across the box, right, and he knows that it's coming, it's in.
Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He's the Cypriot Ollie Watkins.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Pace, movement, it causes defenders problems. But you give him time to think, that ball's going to rosette. Give him a split second, though. It's a banger.
Yeah.
Maybe someone needs to give him an electric shock before the ball comes in the box. And then he just deflects his attention.
Just give him a little...
Or tase him.
Give him a little twister action.
What, nipple cripple?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right. Now,
speaking of tits,
so I need to talk about this because I got blasted on Twitter for this. So I need to talk about it. So the Cyprus FA announced the referees for the match day on the 5th of January,
Yep.
a day before the match day game started, as is a normal occurrence, right? Now, Omonia wrote a statement released to the public on the morning of the match, which was 2 days after the announcement of the referees, that there was a conflict of interest with the referee put on for their game versus Anorthosi because he's related to Cyprus FA president Old Turtlehead Gumas. Right, you can see the family resemblance there, right? He looks like a turtle as well, doesn't he? He says,
I'd say more like a terrapin.
sarcastically.
I'd say like a terrapin.
Yeah, exactly. It's a terrapin. Now, and obviously the club has been negative about Guma in the recent past, let's say. Now, before I say what I'm about to say, I'll caveat this and say that the club has every right to complain about the referee because it's their prerogative to do that. Look at how Sir Alex Ferguson used to play the referees before games, and sometimes psychologically decisions were given to Manchester United that you could say otherwise wouldn't be given, yada yada yada, conspiracy theories and whatnot. Right now, however, if they did have a problem with the referee, why not put the statement out as soon as the referee list was revealed? Right. And this is where I got attacked by a couple of people on Twitter for putting this opinion out. And my favourite one was somebody calling me a French clown, which I thought was bonjour, ooh, bonjour. But anyway, so the Cyprus FA put the referee list out on the 5th of January, and the argument was they put it out on the 5th of January because it was a Sunday, and the 6th of January is a Monday, and therefore they knew that if the club had said something, the FA wasn't going to do anything about it because it was a holiday, right?
Yeah.
So put the statement out anyway. You put the statement out saying this referee needs to be changed on the 5th of January, and then on the day of the match, you put a statement out again saying they didn't change the referee of the game. Why didn't they action this and then just wait for the Cyprus FA to respond accordingly? Because you can request for a change of referee due to certain reasons, right? If there's something, if there's good enough reason, you can get the referee changed, right? And if they think that there was a bias there, by asking the Cyprus FA to change the referee, the FA would have had to put a statement out to say there's nothing wrong with this referee, and then on one hand they can then come out and be like, see, they're conspiring against us, us against them, siege mentality, all that business that they're trying to do. Instead, they bring out the statement the day of the game to do what? To do what? To be like what? Like to give an excuse? They gave an excuse for the game before they even saw what the result of the game was going to be, right? The thing is, I asked on No Chufflers as well in the comments was there any decisions that you could say that the referee fixed the game? No, it was just Omonia not performing. Anyway, the statement was for what in the end? What was the reason for it?
My honest opinion?
Points for who? Where were the points? Like if you were doing a PR campaign, like a us against them and all that business, then the first statement goes out on the Sunday, right? First statement goes out on the Sunday to say we don't agree with this referee, and we're asking the Cyprus FA to change the referee. And then day of the game, Cyprus FA haven't changed the referee. what is this bullshit? Right? Except the same reason that the people that were responding to me to be saying, it's a holiday. Well, nothing was going to happen if because of the holiday. What I think was, because it was a Sunday when the referee list came out, and the 6th of January was a holiday, there was no one in the office at Omonia to make the statement to release it until the day of the game.
So does that mean when Omonia had someone on Total Green a couple of years ago saying that they work 24/7, they're lying?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that because I don't watch Total Green. There's no interest for me in Total Green.
Well, I'm just asking the question.
Because somebody else said to me as well as the Cyprus FA did this on purpose. And I'm like, did they? Are you sure? And they were like, yeah, because Sunday was a holiday and then the 6th was a holiday as well. And I'm like, look at the match day before, right? The match day referees were released on the 31st of December with the game starting on the 2nd of January. It's
Listen,
just a thing they do.
For me, it was all a game.
Yeah.
It was all a game, right? And I'm just going to say this, and I'm probably going to get it in the neck, but Omonia have got a very, very irritating habit now of trying to create narratives to suit their agenda. Granted, they were probably a little bit unwise to release those statements about the CFA, given the backlash that has resulted in it. But they were well within their rights to do so. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They're well within their rights to do so.
Yeah.
However, what they're doing now is they're continuously releasing statements about the CFA to the point now where it's like, are you trying to add more, how should I put it, evidence to back your original statement to say, aha, see, nothing's changed. Aha. I think that is what they're doing. I think they're creating this dossier of statements, right? And at the end of the season, they'll say, well, this is why we lost against Etenigor. This is why we drew this one. This is why, this is why. But they never turn around and look at themselves and say, well, we brought in a head coach in March. He didn't start till July. We sacked him in November. Our planning in the summer was absolutely atrocious. Our signings haven't been great. We signed some very, very peculiar players. And in January, we decided to keep our hands in our pockets, and we still didn't appoint a new head coach 2 months after. I mean, we're in January. It's been 2 months since Dambrowskis has gone. We still don't have a new head coach.
Correct. All things are correct.
Deflection tactics.
And not only that, but one of the central defenders is apparently going somewhere, according to that African journalist.
Oh, for crying out loud. For crying out loud.
What was it? Tottenham, West Ham, or what was the other one?
Fiorentina,
yeah.
So yeah, for the benefit of those watching, an African football website released a story this morning saying Koulibaly, Omonia's central defender, is being targeted by West Ham, Spurs, and Fiorentina. And I can tell everyone for now, even the player found it hilarious. In fact, without saying too much, his retort was, I think Real Madrid are also interested as well.
Beautiful.
So yeah. Again, it could be a different Koulibaly. Maybe they just got the name wrong. I don't know.
It isn't a rare surname. Let's say that.
Yeah, true. Anyway, can we move on now?
Yes, we can. We can move on. We can move on. We've still got 2 games.
Still got 2 to go, and then the other shit. Fucking all right. Okay, let's move on.
Go.
And Ari were held to a draw against Apollon Gogorin, giving Ari the lead in the 10th minute before Malakidis Super Mal with a flicked header beyond the goalkeeper. Apollon, I think, deserved a little bit more than that, to be honest. So they had some great chances, didn't they? Especially when they equalised.
Yeah, they did. They did. Malakili's doing again his best Gareth Bale impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, and looking back at the Aris goal, Gogorin scoring, like Kun's reaction, it's as if he just got teleported into the game and was like, "What the hell? What's going on?" Like it looked like he didn't know where he was. It was like he saw the chest go in, and he goes, like, "Where am I?" But yeah, except for obviously the atrocious marking for Aris's goal, Apollon played very very well, and they did deserve more from the game. And Sofronis is doing his Mr. Motivator stuff again, isn't he? There's a few players that have gone into that first 11 now that are that were ignored earlier in the season, and they seem to be doing stuff like Clinton. I don't even remember who Clinton is. He's the one that he was one of the players that performed the best against Ari.
Yeah, the left winger that put the cross in the box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He played against Anorthosis, I think. Was it Anorthosis that he played against? I can't remember. But he looked very lively,
Yeah.
very quick as well. Tricky.
Mm,
But from what I've heard, they're looking for another winger and a centre forward.
mm. That sounds big. Go
Although, Marquez picked up a yellow card
on.
and he's going to be suspended for one of the next 2 games, right?
Mm.
Well, there's one website that believes that Marquez got booked deliberately because he's got an injury.
Okay.
So he's got booked deliberately because if he's injured, then he doesn't. The ban continues on until he comes back.
Right.
So if he's out for 3 weeks,
Yeah.
the ban starts when he returns from his injury.
Right. Okay. Okay. So he thought he was being clever, but actually no.
Apparently so.
Okay.
Apparently.
Never mind. But it does. If Apollon are going for a striker, it means someone's going. Could we see Don Michel going on loan?
No.
Sorry, Doric Garay. Sorry.
No.
No. You don't
I don't think so. I don't think so. No.
All right.
I don't think so. Anyway, I don't know what else to say about this game. To be honest, mate, I think Ari will be pissed off that they didn't get the points because, as we are about to find out, the league table is getting even more. How shall we say? Predictable.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move it on.
Yeah.
Move it on.
Thanks, Al. Thanks,
cheers.
Al.
Yeah, Al went to Buffalo and got absolutely pammed.
Oh my
2
God!
goals from Anderson, 1 from Jaja, 1 from Nadal. Yeah, and this was the opening goal. Utter calamity from start to finish, really. Midfielder, left back, goalkeeper, central defender. Jaja scored another banger.
Yeah,
he loves scoring, gets them, and
then this. Oh my God!
What is Singh doing there? Don't know. And Nadal.
Yeah,
going back to his upper world days, scoring goals in the near post.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely incredible victory for Buffalo, especially when it comes to the goal difference.
Yep.
And there was one moment in the game which I couldn't find it online anywhere, but IL claimed they should have had a penalty at 0-0. A corner came in and one of their players was dragged down.
Oh yeah.
And I couldn't find it anyway. But do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I was looking at the highlights on CableNet, and I thought I saw it. And I looked at it the next day, and it wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
So maybe I got it completely wrong. I don't know. But anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Listen. It's not like Buffon need help, man. But IL just capitulated. Our defense just They were trying to play out from the back. I don't know what the hell they were trying to do, but either way, just giving the ball away again and again and again and again and again. Bafo, they didn't start Jairo. Tankovic wasn't on the pitch. Who else didn't start? I made a list of people that didn't start. Yeah, Jairo, Tankovic, and Bruno didn't start the game. Bruno didn't even come on. Jairo came on in like the 85th minute or something stupid like that. Tankovic came off for Dragomir. So it's Bafo do not need the help. That was all I had to say. And it was because it's a shame because there were glimpses of what Isle could do during the game when they were able to get it to their forward players. That Neofido, for instance, I think they've got something there with Neofido. I think he's 22. But he's only been playing bit parts in games for the last couple of seasons. But since he's actually come into the first team, I think it's been very impressive. They just haven't been able to do anything with him. But Bafo in control. They're in control. Yeah.
Too easy.
Too
easy. Before we talk about Bafo in general, one question: do they have any Mexican players?
No, they do not.
So you saw this. What is this about? Why are there Buffalo fans wearing sombreros with Buffalo FC on the hats?
I have no idea, but I love it.
What does can anyone that's watching or listening, anyone explain what this is all about?
Yeah, if you have a look as well, Buffalo commented as well.
Yeah, they said no context required or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, is there a supporters club in Mexico?
Oh, I don't care. I love it. I want to see more stuff like that. I want to see Ethnikos Achna fans with a vraga where in the middle where the balls are, it says Ethnikos on it. Things like that. I want more. I want more of that stuff, please.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Do you think this is like an advertising thing?
In what way?
Mexican restaurants in Buffalo.
No.
It could be one of these. They've got a Taco Bell.
Oh, right next to the stadium. There you go.
Maybe they've got a sponsorship with Taco Bell coming up. Although there's no Taco Bell signs on there.
Nico's got a comment on there right now.
Up oil kills now.
Yes. I will buy one. Get Bedevino on it. I will buy one.
You just get clubs in Cyprus with supporters coming in with random objects or random clothing.
Exactly.
You know? That's exactly fans coming in with saris.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Exactly what I want.
Our bottle of fans with those big Russian hats. Oh my goodness, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
Yes,
flipping upwell kilts, tartan kilts, orange and blue and yellow tartan kilts.
Yeah, love
flipping
it.
Hell. Well, there you go, guys. That's something for you guys to discuss right now. If there's any, clubs and you feel their fans should come in wearing specific clothing from various nations, let us know. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Do it.
With the Australians, they have those hats with the corks hanging down and a boomerang. Have I don't know, or one of our Liverpool fans coming in with those things. I don't know.
Dear. Yes. Yes. So that is the league game. There you go. I'll read it. Omonia should release a green inflatable dildo. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Now, for
Beautiful.
those that don't understand the reference, a few weeks ago when Omonia played Abuel, there was an Omonia fan who snuck in an inflatable penis, and it ended up on Omonia's YouTube channel. But it's brilliant. It's just brilliant. GK, top man, excellent. Right, let's talk about Buffer Valakari.
Oh yes, so Valakari. Valakari has been on loan to AIK in Sweden, but it looks like he's going to be moving to a different continent altogether. So rumors are flying around that he will be joining San Diego FC in the MLS on loan for a €400,000 fee with an option to purchase for €1.5 million. So as if Bafor didn't have enough money going around in them, there's a bit extra.
San
And
Diego.
also, yeah, San Diego.
Discovered by the Germans in 1904, they named it San Diego, which of course in German means a whale's vagina.
Yes. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
No way, that's correct. I'm sorry. I was trying to impress you.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Cannonball. Sorry.
Oh,
Again,
beautiful.
people probably haven't watched Anchorman. I don't know. If you haven't watched Anchorman, you need to watch Anchorman.
Yes, watch Anchorman.
I'm wrong, Burgundy.
You ate an entire wheel of cheese? I'm not even mad. That's actually quite impressive.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, I'm stuck in a glass cage of emotion.
Oh my god. I love carpet. I love desk.
I love lamp.
I love lamp. Do you really love the lamp, or you're just saying it because you saw it?
I love lamp. I love lamp. Anyway.
Can you imagine Valakari walks into a press conference? I love lamp.
Stupid panda, you're making me look bad.
You're so wise. You're like a miniature Buddha covered in hair. That's the buffer dog.
It's all connected.
There you go.
It's
Sorry.
all connected.
Why is this milk warm?
Oh dear.
Sorry.
Ah.
Paragado. Sorry. Prohora.
Well,
oh my god.
no, I mean, we've got to go to the table next, don't we?
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's do the table, so then we can talk about the serious business. So look at that. Look at that thing right at the top there. Bafos first with 43 points. Arisa in second, 40 points. Iker in third with 34 points. Omonia in fourth with 32 points. Apoel in fifth with 29 points. Apollon in sixth with 25 points. And you've got Anorthosis in seventh with 24 points. Achna in eighth with 22 points. Ael in ninth with 19 points. Garmodisa in 10th with 17 points. Omonia Radipo in 11th with 16 points. Paralimni in 12th with 12 points. Salamina in 13th with 11 points. And two Omonia, two Furious at the bottom with 7 points. Yes. Nice.
Lovely.
Nice.
Excuse
Now,
me. Is that Sex Panther you're wearing?
Well, like Sex Panther, the Cyprus FA 60% of the time works every time. There you go.
70% of the time works all the time. There you go.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
So, shall we talk about some Vasilopita?
Yes, let's
talk about some Vasilopita.
Let them eat Vasilopita.
Yeah. Yes. So, time of the year where the Cyprus FA put on a show at the headquarters where old Turtle Head cuts up a Vasilopita and does a little speech. Now, one of the main things that was being reported on this were the people that weren't there. So there was no Ike, there was no one from
Omonia.
AEN, Omonia, or Carmiodissa. So all of them obviously not there because they're complaining about the referees. You know, it's Carmiodissa with the rotten potato that is Argiriu. But Demosthenes, the president, said when they were having the meetings to do with the fan issues after that Apollon Isle game, he walked out of the discussions and then said he wasn't going to show up to the Vasilopita. This was 3 months
Amazing.
ago. So yeah, he's a man of his word. Anyway,
1 minute. So how many clubs did have representatives? 4 or 5?
4.
4.
But
Ah.
bearing in mind, there's also second division clubs there as well, and yeah.
See, there's me thinking Pedridi was rubbing his hands with glee, saying, "I've got a 1 in 10 chance of winning the flouri."
Well, it got reported who won the flouri as well, didn't
Who?
it? I can't remember. I can't remember
don't
who
know.
won it, but
These are some of the photos anyway. And there's one guy there. It looks like he's had plenty of fucking Vasilopita.
oh yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Skelegies.
I mean, they all look like they've had too much Vasilopita, but anyway, yeah.
True.
Now,
But to be honest, your mate looks like he's lost a lot of weight there. But then again, maybe I'm looking at the others and comparing. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me.
well, I think it's the way he's standing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But to be honest, that looks like a pretty shitty effort out of Vasilopita, really.
yeah,
Looks more like a
dry.
sponge cake.
It looks really dry, and it's probably the kind of thing that Guma eats normally that makes his voice go all Sean Dicey. It's probably full of gravel.
Gravel bita. Comadodromo.
You can build a road on that. Anyway, so there's a couple of paragraphs that I wanted to pick out from his speech that he did in particular. Now he mentioned some tax things that we're going to talk about later, but this is the two that I wanted to bring up. So the first one is, there are cases where protests are used to cover up competitive weakness or because some mistakenly believe that they will secure favorable treatment in the future. These practices have no place in our football. So, just taking a little dig at the 4 clubs that didn't show up. So there you go.
That's not petty at all.
It's not petty at all, is it? Because he didn't mention their names. Anyway, the second paragraph, and this is the bit that made me go, ooh. I would like to inform you that a meeting is scheduled with the officials of the Hawkeye Company to discuss the upgrade of the VAR system we use today, with particular emphasis on the cameras covering the goal line.
Wow.
This meeting will take place towards the end of the month.
Welcome to 2025. My goodness.
He listened. He listened. I bought the Cyprus FA kit, tagged them in my picture. They liked it. And they reposted it. And they're listening to me. They're listening to me finally.
Thassos, you say that though.
Go on.
But we didn't mention this last week. But the Omonia versus AEK game, the AEK versus Omonia game was delayed for 15 minutes because VAR wasn't working. If they can't get that working, goal line technology, are you sure?
Well, they're using goal line technology, which will be part of VAR instead of what they use in places like the Premier League, where the sensor's in the ball.
Isn't that Hawkeye though?
Is it Hawkeye?
Yeah,
I didn't think it was Hawkeye.
Let me Google this. Premier League.
I don't think it is Hawkeye.
Yeah, it is.
Is it Hawkeye? Okay, because I thought
Hawkeye,
it was. Okay, because I thought it was done with a sensor in the ball itself.
No,
and
it's all
and
fine.
then there's a vibration in the referee's watch when there's a goal.
Well, put this. I'm looking at the Premier League website, and it says this is back in 2013. So maybe it's changed since. I don't know.
Okay, but it needs it. It needs it. How many situations have we had over the last 12 months where
Yeah,
there's been a goal given that wasn't, or there was a goal and it wasn't given?
yeah,
So
yeah.
they need it.
Well, according to, I mean, I'm looking at Wikipedia, and it says MLS
Yep.
didn't bring it in 2013 because it was going to cost them 260 grand per stadium and a further 4 grand per game.
Well, it'd be a lot cheaper now
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's in use more now. The technology
yeah,
either gets better or cheaper as time goes on.
yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
25
so
minutes and started without VAR. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, you're right.
so there was another bit of news that was revealed during the Gobi of the Vasilopita,
Uh,
and that is there's a new head coach.
fuck's sake.
So we've got to
Fuck's sake.
talk about this
Do we?
this
Do we?
this inspired coach announcement. Anyway, I'm going to go through the thing.
It's like waking up in wet bed sheets only
Yeah,
to realize that you pissed yourself in your sleep.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm not very enthusiastic about this guy, but let's see what happens. Let's see
Run
what
it.
happens. But
Run it.
I haven't written anything. This is directly verbatim off the Cyprus
Go
FA
on.
website.
Off the dome.
So, Apostolos Magios is the new coach of our men's national team. The 55-year-old coach served as a coach for several teams in the Greek Super League, with his last team being Aris Thessaloniki. What they don't mention is he's been at Aris Thessaloniki twice and at 4 other different clubs twice as well. Now, Mr. Mangios was deemed to meet all the requirements set for the new coach of our national team, as he has the experience, ability, and personality to lead our representative team to successful presence in the next official obligations. The agreement with Mr. Mangios provides for a 2-year contract. He will arrive on our island next week for permanent installation, assuming his duties immediately. The hiring of Apostolos Mangios was announced by the president of the Cyprus FA on Thursday evening at the Vasilopita cutting ceremony. We welcome Mr. Mangios to our national team and wish him good luck. For me, right, is the one that said yes to being hired, because what were the requirements, right? International management experience. The only two.
Lul.
No, he's got 2 games. 2 games
International.
in European continental competition, right? He's got 2 games, and they were against FC Astana in the Europa Conference League qualifiers in the second round, and they got knocked out. Cyprus League experience. He's only managed in Greece. Has he played for the national team? He's Greek and hasn't played for Greece's national team either. Has he won trophies? He's won a Greek second division title, right? But at least, according to Transfermarkt, his preferred formation is 4-2-3-1. So maybe they looked at his preferred formation and were like, all right, yeah, we'll have him. Bursa was free. Why did they go back on Gerges or Cas? Bambos threw his hat in the ring a couple of days ago. You've got Gosti. Uzunidis was being talked about before he took Mangios' job at Aris. Janevski is free now and he's managed other nations previously. Stephen Constantine. These are just names that I've pulled off the top of the dome while I was writing these notes about 10 minutes before we started. So there's so many options that they could have gone for. I just think it's I don't know, man. I don't know. fuck, man. It's just
Well, put it this way: Manchester was replaced by Uzunidi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Manchester was still in the job when Sofronia left.
Yeah.
So Uzunidis was free.
Yeah.
Anyway, now there's 3 more stories, I think. Yeah, 3 more in my notes. Which one do you want to go for first?
Whichever one you want.
Okay, all right.
Whichever one you want.
The other 2 are kind of past the corner, so I'll leave those to you
Yes.
at the end. So, tax. What is tax? What is tax?
It's a
Hey,
taxing. It's a taxing issue.
Hey, it's okay, no problem. This is Cyprus tax. So, according to Philaletteros, and some information has been made available to them, football clubs in Cyprus are about to be indicted by the Inland Revenue Service in Cyprus for unpaid tax bills on VAT and income.
Naughty, naughty.
The main 4 culprits, which the tax service is going to go for first, are Abuel. Naturally, Abuel. 11.6 million euros owed. 11.6 million euros. AEL owe 5 million, Apollon 4.8, and Anorthos is 4.2. So those are the first 4 that they're going to go after, but they're going to go after absolutely everybody, because other clubs are also going to be indicted, which includes Omonia owing 4.9 million euros, Bafos owing 1.18 million euros, Hermes Aradipu 546,000, Doxa Katokopias 509,000, and Ethnikos Achnas at 434,000 euros. In fact, the only clubs that do not owe money to the taxman are 2 Omonia, 2 Furious, and AEK. Now, in fact, the tax authority wants to go after the directors of certain clubs for their financial mismanagement. I imagine there's going to be a lot of names on that list of directors. On a completely unrelated note, I had a pizza tonight that had plenty of mushrooms on it. Now, no exception certificates are going to be issued to clubs, so they're going to have to. So they're going to have issues with the financial criteria that the Cyprus FA makes such a big deal about the clubs passing. Or the clubs pass the financial audit criteria. Oh yeah. With these tax bills that are unpaid, sure, lads. Anyway, on another completely unrelated note, a lot of beaches in Cyprus sure are sandy, aren't they? Now, these tax bills could be the end of some of these clubs. Hermes are in the 3rd division because they got relegated last season and were already allegedly not paying their players last season in the 2nd division. Doxa were talking about financial dire straits before this even came out. On a completely unrelated note, Garavidas. Anyway, that's the big tax thing that's happening at the moment. So while a lot of clubs have come out and said, yeah, they know about these issues with the tax, I suspect there's quite a few squeaky bumholes at the moment.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Watch this space and see how it gets.
Yeah, I see this becoming a reoccurring theme as we go forward.
Yeah, but do you know what? Have you read some of the statements by a few of the clubs that were mentioned?
Nope.
Well, Apollon said, "Oh, these are old debts and they've kind of been sorted." I like, well, it's only small change, so to speak, and yeah, Buffalo apparently going to try and settle something out of court or whatever.
Well, yeah, Bafor are the most able to settle anything out of without having to do anything. So I suspect that they'll be the first.
And if they're struggling, they can just pick up the phone to someone who's the vice president of the CFA and maybe the president of the island, and it will just Disappear.
Yeah.
And they'll all be singing the Mexican hat dance. They've been. Yeah. Pizza with mushrooms, sandy beaches, and Caravida. Just gave up with the last one.
That's the joke. Yeah. Now, there's two more stories.
Yes.
They both involve the players' union.
Yes.
Now, one of them we only know because of the players' union.
Yes.
So shall we talk about that one first?
Go on.
The women's
Which one's that?
Issue.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is our little section called PASP Corner. And for those who don't know, PASP expressed their disappointment over two developments in the women's league. And Lefkothea, it's Lefkothea, isn't it?
Yeah, Lefkothea,
yeah, Lachon. They've withdrawn from the league due to financial difficulties and the departure of a significant number of players. Here's the other thing. Garmiodesa ladies informed the CFA that they cannot participate in an upcoming match due to an insufficient number of players. Many players have been boycotting training and games in protest over unpaid wages. Now, PAS have actually been in discussion with Garmiodesa's management to resolve these issues, and a public appeal is made to the club's administrators to address the situation with sensitivity. Now, see, this is the thing. I know, PASP are doing what they can, right? They're doing what they can. But the fact is, you got 9 teams. I think 9 teams were in the league in 2021, 2022.
Yep.
7 were in 22, 23. And there are only 6 this current season.
Well, 5 now.
Well, yeah, because, Lachon have gone.
Yeah.
So it's only 5. So PAS have basically warned the CFA that the league is on the brink of collapse.
Yeah.
It's literally on the brink of collapse.
Mm-hmm.
So, clubs need to start taking this a bit more serious. I've spoken to a couple of female players in Cyprus,
mm-hmm.
and some of the things that they've told me about how clubs operate, you'd be shocked. You'd be shocked.
Yeah.
And we know how some of them operate with male players. With the females, my goodness, there is a lot of things under a massive carpet. This carpet is it's a magic carpet. It's hiding a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And when it all comes out, because it will, boy, we're going to have one hell of a show.
Well, it's a sad state of affairs as well, because on top of that, there's a lot of teams, there's a lot of associations that run girls' teams as well. So you're going to have all these girls' teams, they get aged out, and then they do what? If there's no women's league, what happens then? Yeah, exactly. Shrugs. It's a big issue. It's a big issue. It's probably not the biggest issue that's facing women's football, because like you said, there's a lot of stuff being buried.
For sure.
But yeah, that's the one thing that we can see that's above board at the moment as a problem.
Do you know what confuses me, right? Okay, I get it. There isn't as much money in women's football as there is in men's, and I understand why. And I'm not going to get into the debate on payments, etc., that kind of stuff. I'm not going to get involved in that, right? But in my mind, I'm thinking, where is the business acumen for a lot of these clubs? Because you can still get in the women's European tournaments. You can still compete in the Champions League, etc., etc.
Apollon are the only team that are taking it seriously, and they're getting into the Champions League preliminary stages every season.
Exactly. So there's more money coming in. I think one campaign could effectively probably pay wages for most of the players for a couple of years, 3 years, maybe.
Yeah.
for a decent campaign, it's a no-brainer for me.
Mm-hmm.
And especially now that there's only 5 or 6 teams in the league, it's a no-brainer.
Yep.
But unfortunately, they don't take it serious. And I think it's sad because obviously there are a lot of females that watch football in Cyprus. We see it on television. You see them in the stadiums. They don't have the issues that females in the UK have. Not that I know of anyway. I've never heard of any sexual abuse or any sexism or women being abused in any way, shape or form going to games in Cyprus. I'd never hear of that. Because if it happened, then they wouldn't be going. And there are lots of girls in Cyprus that play football.
Yep.
Lots of them. Lots of them. So the problems that they have from a societal perspective, they don't have in Cyprus as you would in England. Yes, you do get the sexism. Of course, you do get that. And it's not taken as serious. But you look in Spain, you look in Italy, you look in Portugal, where women's football is growing because girls are encouraged to play the game. And it's the same in Cyprus. But these clubs, with the exception of Apollon and maybe even Ari, because I know Ari are doing...
Yeah, they're trying to sort the team out, yeah.
Even Omonia, I'm not going to lie, even Omonia are operating well with the women's team. I mean, the company I work for, we've dealt with Omonia with one former client of ours, and they were exceptional. They were brilliant. Very transparent. You knew what you're going to get. They told us straight away, this is how much we can afford to pay, etc. So it was fine. But then you look at the other clubs, I'm thinking, guys, you got such a big opportunity here, not just to qualify for Europe, but also to bring in players who want to play in Europe. And that, yeah, sure, they're going to use your club as a stepping stone. But if you treat them the way they should be treated, chances are they're going to play well for you and they're going to want to play for you rather than, oh, well, I'm just here to try and get a move elsewhere or get my stats up.
Yeah.
But again, there's no business acumen. It's just dumb.
Yep, for sure.
And if you think about it, look how many female sports journalists there are. Stella Sokratos, Stella Marcu, so many of them. Andrea Cafa. They're on the television. They're on the radio. So obviously women are more welcome in sport, in football anyway, in Cyprus than you would be in most other places. It just doesn't make no sense, man. I don't know.
Didn't they announce the other day that they were going to show Apollonari or something on Sita Vision?
Yeah, they show games. They show the women's games. There's some of them were on Sita Vision last season.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Anyway. But by the way, did you hear about the Kata Philathlu situation?
Yeah, I've got no idea what that means, man. I've got no idea what that means for...
So, Thassos, the fan card, which usually we have on our phones as a photograph or whatever, it's going to be incorporated into the government's digital citizen app.
Right.
So, I'm not sure entirely how this is going to work.
Well, that means me and you can't get them.
But there might be an additional section on the app for non-Cypriot residents.
Right. Okay.
I'm hoping they do something like that. Or maybe we can just still use the one that we've got because we're not living out there.
The one that we've got. Sure.
Yeah. So, listen, personally, I think this is it's gonna upset a lot of people. A lot of people, and you're going to see less people going to games as a result of this.
Yep, because it's going the wrong direction in what a lot of people were trying to push it towards.
Yep.
It's going in the exact opposite direction.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Next thing you know, they're going to turn around and say, "Oh, we're going to have to put microchips on supporters now."
Oh yeah, RFID chips.
Yep. Standard.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next one?
Well, so it's one that I've talked about quite a bit with some people. Is the Players' Union has won against the Cyprus FA regarding foreign players' contracts.
Yes.
So in essence, the Cyprus FA went to FIFA to try to get the the tribunal that they've organised, recognised as the only place to go if there are any contract disputes between clubs and players. But FIFA basically turned around to the Cyprus FA and said, no.
Nope.
So it means that foreign players, there's a distinction for some reason, but it means that foreign players are able to go to CAF to resolve these issues. And it's an important decision for FIFA regarding the game in Cyprus, as it's not only the Garmiotis women's team that are in dispute with their clubs, that there's a whole lot of other players as well. I know of one case that is still in resolution. It's been going on for at least 6 months. And there's lots more, I'm sure, cases like that. But the fact is now, because they could go direct to CAF, it also scares clubs into dealing with the situations more. Because if CAF passes down a resolution, it also means blockage to UEFA European continental competitions. It could mean points deductions. It could mean a lot of stuff. So yeah.
Well, did you read the situation that PASP explained about the actual contracts, how they work?
Yeah. So basically, there's some players or some clubs that are working with players by getting them to sign 2 different contracts.
2 different contracts.
One where the club agrees to pay the player €150 a week.
A small salary.
Yeah, a small salary, with the larger salary signed, the contract signed by the player but not signed by the club, which makes it not official. So then the club can go and not pay it, and then when the player kicks off about not being paid a salary, they can officially go, well, look, you signed this one for €150 that was agreed for by the club as well, and it's ratified by the Cyprus FA. You're getting this one, right? So there's no problem here.
But PASP also said some players aren't even getting copies of those contracts.
Yeah.
And it's no surprise that from time to time I see on LinkedIn one football agent taking a screenshot of another agent on LinkedIn saying, do not trust this man. Do not trust this man. Funny that.
Yes. And you will have noticed over the time of recording this podcast, you could probably work out which clubs are ones which are more likely to go for something along those lines. Anyway, that was it from me. With that note, at this little drop of what can I say? I mean, we talked a lot about finances.
Yes.
Today, haven't we? But
yes.
But you know. Oh, by the way, I saw as well in the comments. Just to leave it as well. I saw somebody in the comments. But read that. If this fan card doesn't work, the next step is having Batman on the stadium's room for security.
By the way, I saw that video that you were telling me about with the police chief of police on the TV channel.
Yeah.
And oh my god, it was brilliant. It was brilliant.
It's like nobody can get word in edgeways. But yeah,
it was like that. Fuck you, bloody!
Fuck you, bloody fuck. Yeah. So, not to leave it on a sour, bitter orange note, I will instead talk about. There was a question that came up right at the beginning of the podcast on the comments. Was regarding where you can get hold of one of these gorgeous bit of kit here.
There you go.
So, poi vresti fanellan, exactly. So the shirts, for those of you that are interested, you can either get it on the Erea official website, or the Cyprus FA has made an agreement with the Kunster sports brand, Kunster.
Kunster.
Yeah, Kunster. And they have shops in Lefkosia, Larnaca, and Lemeso, I think. But they do also have an online shop as well. So on the Area website, it's currently listed as €80, but on the Kunster site, it's on for €72.
Ooh. Okay.
So there you go.
Discount.
Discount on the Kunster website.
Local rate discount.
But,
It's
but
like that.
if
It's like that menu. It's like that
Yeah.
menu that you see in English. The prices are different to the prices in Greek.
Yeah, exactly. So, for people that want to know where that website is, if you go on the Cyprus FA Instagram page, one of the first posts has a link to the store to buy. I got the home one, but there's the blue away one as well. They haven't done that limited edition 90-year anniversary one.
Yeah. And if anyone from Area is watching, get in touch, please. Sort us out.
Yeah.
Sort us out. He's
Yeah,
wearing
yeah.
that shirt and he's not even being paid for it.
Yeah. Look at
He's not even
this.
being paid for it by you guys. He's promoting your new shirt for the Cyprus national team, and there are people within Cyprus and outside of Cyprus who want to buy it. Can you strike a pose, please? Thank you. Very good.
There we go.
You can sit down, Naomi.
There we go.
There we go. Lovely. Right. There's no Vrionidis this week because it was
It's
Christmas.
yeah.
It's Christmas.
Christmas.
We're gonna miss him when he's gone, innit? We're gonna miss him.
Yeah, they're gonna bring somebody else in when he's gone. Who's not gonna be? I don't know. It's not gonna be the same.
No, it won't.
But yeah.
But until then, we'll make the most of our mate. Anyway, boys and girls, thank you very much for tuning in. It's always been a pleasure having you guys watching us and also having Thassos beside me. 2025 is going to be a very, very big year for us, I think. So don't forget to follow us on Instagram and X at This Is Mappa. Thassos is over here at Flares Cafes. And yeah, that is pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So thank you again for watching. Thank you, Thassos, for your time. And we will be back same time next week. No, next Wednesday. Sorry.
Normal time.
Normal service shall resume.
Yes.
One would hope. Anyway, hadi. Good night.
Good night.